Welcome to the Explainer. So your cat is actually giving you profound, incredibly deep compliments every single day. But do you actually know what they mean? We all know our cats love us, right? But the deepest compliments a cat can give are honestly so subtle that they just fly right over our heads. Today, we're going to completely decode the secret language of cats. We're looking at the very specific, quiet behaviors they reserve only for the people they truly deeply trust.
Okay, let's dive into this, because there's a really good chance you are overlooking the subtle, quiet ways your cat is showing you ultimate trust. We're kind of conditioned to expect these loud, obvious signs of affection, like a dog frantically wagging its tail. But cats operate on a totally different wavelength. Are you missing their absolute most meaningful messages?
The stakes here are actually surprisingly high. As the quote points out, these incredibly subtle compliments are things your cat will literally only do for someone they completely and utterly trust. If you overlook them, and unfortunately most of us go years without ever noticing them, your cat might just quietly stop giving them altogether. And we definitely don't want that to happen. So let's uncover exactly what these secret compliments are.
Number 1. The nursery greeting, or the closed-mouth trill. Have you ever noticed that weird, short, little bird-like chirpy sound your cat bubbles up right before they even reach you? And this brilliantly illustrates a major difference in cat communication. See, a meow is basically a vocal demand they invented mostly for us humans. It means feed me or open this door right now. But the trill? The trill is much older, it's softer, and it's so much warmer. Mother cats actually use this exact sound to call their kittens. It essentially means, follow me, come here, you're safe with me. It's a pure greeting, not a demand.
So when your adult cat aims that little nursery sound at you, they are pulling out a vocabulary reserved exclusively for family. You've basically been quietly promoted to kitten status. It means they want absolutely nothing from you in that moment except your company. And honestly, in the feline world, there is literally no higher compliment.
Moving on to number 2, marking you as family, also known as the head bonk.
Why does your cat walk straight up and just knock their forehead into you like a tiny, furry little battering ram? Now, what's really interesting about this is the science behind that headbutt, a move officially called bunting. Bunting is all about scent. By rubbing against you, they are deliberately labeling you to build what's called a group scent. It's a shared smell that tells them exactly who belongs. You are literally being folded into their colony.
And just think about where these scent glands are actually packed. The cheeks, the chin, the corners of the mouth, right along the forehead. Notice how they actively choose to rub these very specific spots on your face or your hands out of everything else in the house? Next time your cat headbutts your phone away while you're scrolling, remember, you aren't just being interrupted, you're being claimed. They're saying you matter enough to wear their name.
Number 3. Intimate care, or the raspy lick.
Okay, has your cat ever started licking your hair or your fingers with that tiny sandpaper tongue? It's not just some quirky habit, it's a behavior called grooming. In a wild colony, cats only groom the individuals they are genuinely deeply bonded to. It requires lowering their guard and getting physically close. And here's the best part for us. You're enormous, you literally don't have fur to speak of, and you clearly handle your own bathing. Grooming you is pure, unadulterated affection with zero agenda.
Let's look at number 4, unconditional trust, the honest tail flag.
Let's shift our focus from vocalizations and scent over to body language. Specifically, that tail that shoots straight up when you enter a room. An upright tail, sometimes with a cute little hook or quiver at the tip, is the clearest sign of a relaxed, happy approach. Compare that to a low, puffed, or tucked tail, which carries tension or fear. That upright tail, it's completely unfakeable. It's an involuntary readout that they are absolutely thrilled to see you.
Which brings us to number 5, proximity for its own sake, the bathroom shadow.
You have an entire home, yet somehow your cat needs to supervise you in the bathroom. Why on earth do they trail after you in there? So the crucial point is proximity seeking. Research shows cats form very secure attachment bonds with their people. They follow you into the bathroom because there are no treats or toys in there. The only thing on offer is you. It proves their love is not conditional. They simply feel better and safer just being in your orbit.
Let's move to and see how this builds to number 6. The ultimate surrender, deep sleep on your chest.
This right here is the climax of our explainer, the absolute deepest, rarest compliment a cat can give. Notice the massive flip, this huge contrast here. Everything we've covered up to this point has been active compliments, things your cat actively does to show you love. But this final one is passive.
It's the act of completely lowering their guard, choosing total defenselessness, and falling into a deep sleep right on top of you.
It boils down exactly to what the quote says. I trust you so completely that I'll be helpless here. Think about what sleep means in the wild. A sleeping animal is completely defenseless. Cats are both predator and prey, right? And that prey wiring, it never fully switches off. So going into deep sleep, especially with an exposed belly and slow breathing, is the single most vulnerable state they can possibly be in. Doing this on your chest is an act of total, absolute surrender.
When they climb onto you, tuck in, and finally sink into real, deep sleep, they hand you their guard. All that ingrained prey instinct just melts away. They stop watching. They stop guarding. They stop being a wary little survivor. Why? Because you have become their safest place in the whole world.
Once you learn to read these incredibly subtle signs, the trill, the bunt, the upright tail, the silent proximity, you realize your cat is complimenting you constantly. It really makes you wonder, what other secret messages is your cat sending every single day that you've been totally missing? Pay close attention the next time you walk into the room. You might just realize exactly how deeply you are loved.